Trudeau arrives in Parliament, guys, and his sweater. Look at his sweater. He arrives in Parliament with a sweater on backwards. I'm pretty sure you can see it by the collar. It's on backwards, man. Like even the shoulders, you can see it too. It's on backwards. It's pretty obvious. Guys, I'm telling you right now, stay tuned, because what I'm about to show you about Justin Trudeau is hilarious. I cut all the parts where he's actually talking after he was asked a few questions, and I kept just a few words, but he says but it's hilarious to watch. But there's a part in French where he's actually saying in French, then he's asked to repeat what he said in English, but doesn't say this part in English, because I think he doesn't want Donald Trump to actually hear him say that. He says there is no emergency at the border because the United States didn't close our border. Well, they never said they would close the border. They said they would impose tariffs. What Trump wants is that Canada deports the terrorists in our country, like they are doing. That's what they want. It's not surveillance at the border and border crossings that they want to fix. They want us to deport criminals that might try to cross in their country.
Ils n'ont pas l'air de considérer qu'il y a une urgence sur la frontière nord. Mais quand on parle de moins de 1% du fentanyl qui arrive aux États-Unis arrivant du Canada, ou moins d'1% des migrants qui arrivent aux États-Unis qui arrivent du Canada, c'est certain qu'on devrait pouvoir dire 0% et on va travailler là-dessus, mais ça ne représente pas une urgence.
So the reason why I played it in French is that so people can hear what he's actually saying without me talking over it and not say that I'm making this up. He actually does not repeat what he says in English.
Good morning, Prime Minister. Laura Osmond with The Logic. How do you interpret the conflicting timelines that the Trump administration provided yesterday, targeting a study by April 1st, but talking about imposing tariffs by February?
Donald Trump is, as always, a skilled negotiator and will do what he can to keep his negotiating partners a little bit off balance. But is a $1 billion package about being first principle of dollar for dollar matching tariffs. Heinz's ketchup being replaced by French's ketchup is free. He announced and our focus rhetoric and but is a $1 billion package about being first principle of dollar for dollar matching tariffs. Heinz's ketchup being replaced by French's ketchup is free. He announced and our focus rhetoric and
when he says, oh, it's only 1% of the fentanyl that was caught in the United States that came from Canada. We don't know how much fentanyl came from Canada that wasn't caught. You know, that they didn't find or arrest people with it. So it's only 1%. Oh, okay, so like it only killed 100,000 people, you know, that 1%. Doesn't matter. 10,000, 100,000 people, doesn't matter. That 1% of illegal aliens that he says, that 1% of the migrants that are coming from Canada that enter the United States, there was only 2 people arrested plotting terrorist attacks in the US that came from Canada out of that 1%. His face, did you see the face he had when in slow motion? He was like, when you put this guy in slow motion and look at his face, if you look at Trudeau talking in slow motion. Sometimes he does these weird faces. It's actually funny. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share Politics Allegedly. And thanks for watching.